Hey, this is Ms. Holloway, and I'm going to be doing Unit 2, Day 5, Scientific Notation with you today. A number is written in scientific notation when it is represented as a product of a factor in a power of 10. The factor must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Okay? So it must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Okay? So scientific notation. If we're looking at 8.3 times 10 to the negative 7th, the factor is greater than or equal to 1 and is less than 10. 8.3, right here, is greater than 1 but less than 10. And then my exponent, negative 7, the power of 10 has an integer exponent, and negative 7 is an integer. Okay. For writing numbers in scientific notation, okay, you're going to move the decimal point so it is located to the right of the leading non-zero digit. The number of places you move the decimal point indicates the exponent of the power of 10 as shown below. Okay. Number greater than or equal to 10. Use a positive exponent when you move the decimal point to the left. So we have like our decimal point will be here, and we'll move it 1, 2, 3 to get 8.6 times 10 to the third. We moved our decimal point 3 times, so my integer, my power of 10 is going to be 3. Number between 0 and 1. You're going to use a negative exponent when you move the decimal point to the right. Okay, so here's my decimal point. I'm going to move it to the right. 1, 2, 3. 2.4 times 10 to the negative 3. Okay, if you have a calculator, a TI-30X, you can do this in the calculator by switching your calculator into scientific notation. And to do that, you will hit the second button, and then DRG, which is right next to the second button, and you will go over to where you see SCI, and then you will hit enter. Okay, your calculator is now in scientific notation. There's two ways you can do these problems. You can put them in your calculator if you have the TI-30X, or you can move your decimal point like I just showed you in slide number 4. Okay, I'm going to show it with the decimal points since most of y'all might not have a calculator at home. Okay, so my decimal points here. Okay, I've got 50,000. I want to put in scientific notation. So I'm moving my decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so remember, I want my factor to be greater than 1, less than or greater than 1, but less than 10. Okay, so now I have 5.0 times 10 to the, and I moved it 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 to the 4th power. Okay. Looking at number 2, we have 25 million. Okay, I got my decimal point here, and I'm going to move it to the right, or to the left, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 2.5 times 10 to the 7th power. Number 3, we have 683. Put your decimal point, move it 1, 2. So we have 6.83 times 10 to the 2nd power. Make sure when you are writing these that you are writing down each of the problems before you write your answer down. You can pause this video at any time to write your problems down. Slide number 6. Okay, so we have smaller numbers that are less than 1 right here. So we're going to move our decimal point to the right this time, okay? And we're going to have negative exponents as our integer, okay? Negative integer as our exponents. So here's my decimal here, 1, 2, 3. So we got 5 times 10 to the negative third. On number 5, I have my decimal point here. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 3.3 times 10 to the negative 6. If you have a calculator that you can put in scientific notation, all you would need to do is put the numbers in the calculator and hit enter, and it will take it to scientific notation for you. Number 6, here's my decimal point. Here's my decimal point. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Because remember, I want my factor to be greater than less than 1, but less than 10. Okay? So 5.06 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay, writing numbers in standard form. The absolute value of the exponent indicates how many places to move the decimal point. If the exponent is negative, we're going to move the decimal point to the left. If the exponent is positive, you're going to move your decimal point to the right. If your calculator is in scientific notation right now, you need to take it out of scientific notation. So you're going to reset your calculator by, you're going to hit second, 0, and then yes, and then enter to reset it, okay? Writing numbers in standard form. We're going to write 3.22 times 10 to the negative 4th in standard form. You remove the decimal point to the absolute value of negative 4, which equals 4 places to the left. So you would take 3.22 and you move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your decimal point, then add zeros in your moving spots. Okay? Write 7.9 times 10 to the 5th in standard form. Okay, you remove the decimal point, absolute value 5 equals 5 places to the right. So we have 7.9. We'll move 5 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you equal with 790,000. So we're going to practice writing these numbers into standard form. Okay? So if I'm looking at it, it says write 3.22 times 10 to the negative 4th in standard form. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. So we're going to move our decimal to the left 4 times. Okay, so I'm going to write my problem down. Here's my decimal. I'm going to move it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your decimal, fill in with zeros. And you have 0.0003 322. Okay, the absolute value of 7 equals 7. So we're going to move my decimal point from the 6. We're going to move it over 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And put it in, put my zeros in. And they're equal. $60 million. Okay. Then write, on number 3, write 1.285 times 10 to the 4th in standard form. Absolute value of 4 equals 4. Okay, we're going to move to the right, so I have my decimal, 1.285. Move to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is decimal, equals 12,850. Write the number in scientific notation. So if you're using your calculator, you'll go back in scientific notation with second, DRG, and then go into your scientific. Okay. Write the number in scientific notation. Since we do not have a calculator, we'll be doing it by hand. Okay, so I'm gonna put my decimal here. Remember, I want to go to where the factor is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 6.75 times 10 to the 8th power. On number 5, I'm moving my decimal to the right, so I'm going to have a negative exponent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8.4 times 10 to the negative 8th. Number 6, I'll have another negative exponent. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're stopping here because 1.2001 is greater than 1 or equal to 1 but less than 10. If we move our decimal one more spot, it would be 12, and that would be greater than 10, and you cannot do that. Times 10 to the negative 5th. Okay. If you are resetting your calculator, remember you're going to hit second 0 to reset your memory. That will reset it. Make sure you hit Y. Write the number in standard form. Okay. We are not going to use our calculator for this. We're just going to write 8. And since my exponent or my integer is -7, remember the absolute value of -7 is 7. We're going to move my decimal to the left 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put my decimal 0 as my placeholders. Okay. Equals 0.0000008. On number 3, my absolute value of 7 is 7. So I have 3.876. I'm going to move, since this is a positive 7, we'll move to the right 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just put a 0 there. Fill these in with zeros for a placeholder. Put a decimal there, sorry. So we have So we have 38,760,000. Okay. -5, the absolute value of -5 is 5. So since it's negative, I'm going to move my decimal to the left 5 times. So I have 1.11 for the left 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for decimal. Fill in my placeholders with zeros, which equals 0.0000111.